the morning crossfire. 28 minutes past the hour of 8 now. My guest is still very much with us this morning. And the conversation continues. We'd asked you to respond. The question that we asked earlier was very simple. You have seen the political situation in Rivers State in recent times. Now, the implication of that and how that is affecting the growth and development of the state and, most importantly, the grassroots, where we tend to see most of these divides happen. Has it created more enemies and more division than it should unify? My guest is Engineer Gabriel Osah, Azunuka, ONELGA PDP youth leader, and also a personal assistant to Felix Obua, who is at the moment in the eye of the storm for many people, for lack of a better description. I would say eye of the storm, following the comments that he made over the weekend, which has caused a lot of people to come up in ONELGA to say quite a lot. Hello, Mr. Azunuka. Thank you for staying with us. I hope this is much better and you can hear us.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So before the break, I was asking you, I said, you had said that, well, what changed? I mean, Dr. Peter Odili had said quite a lot about the FCT minister. And I was saying, shouldn't that go both ways, especially because the FCT minister had also said quite a lot about the Odili family in general, not even just Dr. Peter Odili, but including the wife. He had even gone as far as saying, well, if he does or says anything that will bring pain or tears to them, he shouldn't grow, and so on and so forth. Which tend to be the kind of politics we've been talking about in Rivers State. We've seen where people say, oh, man, do all things and then come back just in the twinkle of an eye to unsay all that they had said before, which many people begin to question the sincerity, honesty, and the character of many of the people that we call our leaders. So what changed? Shouldn't that be a question for both gentlemen as against just the former Governor, Dr. Peter Odili?
Andrew, moving forward, I would want to actually clear something.
Okay.
That the FCT minister and our father, Dr. Peter Odili, to me, I don't think they both have issues. But what I can tell you is that we are all humans irrespective of politics. We're all humans and we have human feelings and we have a heart. There is a way that I ought you to treat me as my friend. And there is a way I also expect you to reciprocate as my friend. And in this scenario, the FCT Minister, Chief Barrister Ian Wike, and our leader, our father, Dr. Peter Odili, is not having an issue. If there is nothing wrong if someone is expressing some level of disappointment from a father or possibly even your brother, I don't see anything wrong in you expressing a level of disappointment over what you do not expect from someone you have held in high esteem. Even in our different families, there are things that would actually crop up that we as humans would actually reciprocate to say, oh, I didn't expect this from you. So I think what is actually playing out in the gallery currently, it has to do with I didn't expect this from you. Like you said, that it has to go both ways. But in the statement that was made by our leader, Bro Felix Amichiobo, digressing to that, apologizing to the FCT minister, is more like the entire ONELGA. ONELGA we're peace loving, and ONELGA, it's so large. It's so large that ONELGA is one of the local governments in Rivers State that holds the milk and honey of the state. And then for us to be classified and be tagged as Engr as a result of what is playing out in the gallery between the FCT minister and our father, Dr. Peter Odili. I'm also an ONELGA son. So many other persons would also share the same view with me, that we are peace-loving. We're always very grateful when a hand of friendship and a hand of help is extended to us. And it is really very worrisome, even to you that is having and anchoring this program right now. There's some level of stuff you have done for somebody, possibly in your university days or outside the university or something, and they will always come back to say, "Oh my goodness, if not for you." At least that question, "if not for you," should always play out. And that is where our leader, Bro Felix Amechi Obua, the coordinator of Abuja Metropolitan Management Council, is actually standing on to say to the Honorable Minister that it is not in our nature, and for whatever it is, please do not categorize or look at we ONELGANs as people that do not appreciate.
So are you bothered about how the divide this would cause in ONELGA and how it could be affecting the growth and development in ONELGA? First off, what is the situation with the development of ONELGA as it stands? Then when you add the political picture to it now, because already we have youths divided, we have groups divided, and it seems as though nobody wants to, back down for the other. This one is saying, "Oh, we should apologize." So what Bro Felix Obua said should not have been that, and so on and so forth, including some even pointing fingers towards the council chairman. So what does this mean then for development in ONELGA?
If I have to be very honest with you, ONELGA is not divided, and ONELGA can never be divided. We are one body and we will remain one body. We're people that appreciate our own and we respect our own. ONELGA has never been divided. If some group of persons gathered themselves and has made some utterances, that cannot be categorized to say that ONELGA is divided. As individuals, you're free to air your view or air your feelings to however you feel. But tagging it to say that ONELGA generally is divided, that is not true. We're so peace-loving, and we're even praying and hoping that we're going to be attracting more development to what we have, so that our youths, our mothers, and our fathers will see the dividends of democracy. If we actually attract more development to ONELGA, our youths are going to be employed. A whole lot of stuff is going to be going on in the place. A lot of people are going to be coming far and wide to be investing in the place. So the peace of ONELGA is paramount to all of us. And that is why yesterday we had a press conference to actually call the attention of the authority because we saw a trending video of some individuals that were trying to make some utterances that would actually lead to the break of law and order in ONELGA, and that is actually what we do not want as it stands right now. So we as a community, we as the peace-loving people of ONELGA had to come out massively to say, "Oh, please,
all right,
we're brothers."
Okay, let's open the phone lines and hear from other ONELGANs and Rivers people and what they think about the situation and how what the politics is doing to the development in the state and beyond. 0817-923-0007. The number again is 0817-923-0007. You can also call 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0002. Remember to also send us WhatsApp messages. On Facebook, we are streaming live at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. A lot of people already, yes, person watching from Akwa Ibom. Okay, says Evan. Okay, if you're watching from Akwa Ibom, you can watch us online on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. If you're having difficulties with your radio frequency, you can also download the Nigeria Info FM app from Google or iOS stores, and you can get unlimited access to us via that means as well. Okay, Mufasa from NTA Road. I'm sure you have followed the question. Mufasa, let's hear you. Good morning.
Thank you very much, and good morning once again. Good morning to your guest. Well, Andy, I want to ask because you tried asking your guest, but I think you didn't get the question. When the former governor, Dr. Peter Odili, made that statement, he did not mention the name of the FCT minister. Okay? So at what point it now became so expedient for the FCT minister to own up that statement and respond in the manner and way he responded to that comment? That's the first question. The second question is this. As an ONELGA person, referring to your guest now, the ONELGA people, do they require the validation of the FCT minister to be who they were or who they are? Because when Gabriel came out to say he's apologizing on behalf of the ONELGA people, does it mean that the FCT minister needs to validate the ONELGA people for the ONELGA people to have that prestige and influence that they claim they are?
Okay. Thank you. I'm sure my guest is noting down the questions. He would respond accordingly. We'll take a few more calls first.
Hello,
Dakuku, good morning from Eche. All right, go on.
I did Dakuku from Eche. Let me continue. Let me ask you again. For what the question he asked, you see, with this crisis under politics in Rivers State, we never bring development in the state because of personal interests of everybody in this state. Only we stop not to say personal interest, and for the masses, we see that you have a development. The guest on your student, let me ask you a question. He's from our ONELGA, and he has found out what happens between former governor of Rivers, FCT minister, and the Odili. And the way he started either statement, who knows in nationwide. Oprah is coming on to apologize over this. ONELGA said no. And I'm standing behind ONELGA people for what they said. Him himself, as a PDP man, how did he see the insult to Odili and a state chairman, a statement in this state? How did he see that insult from Oprah and Wike to Odili? Oprah is the representative of ONELGA. Why not consult ONELGA people before making an entrance or begging Odili the issue of apologizing? Let me stop here. Thank you. This is Akuku from Apoke.
All right, Susie, quickly, good morning.
Yeah, I think it is actually the correct thing to have been done, like the leader of PDP, ONELGA, is talking about. ONELGA is not divided. I agree with him. And to this extent, I also want to say that Wiki only responded to what Odili has just said. And I do not see where insult is coming from. That we have direct and indirect statements. And direct and indirect statements, certain times you do not even need to make or call somebody's name directly. When anybody asks him whether Wike's name was directly mentioned, what is the essence of the description that is aligned with the statement made by Odili to that extent? So I want to say that somebody also came and apologized to Odili. Somebody said that, and even the last caller knew what I'm talking about. Somebody said that. And even the others have also come to say that Wike should apologize to Odili. And why should Wike apologize to Odili? When without even Odili making that statement, Wike wouldn't have responded. So ONELGA is not divided. If anybody is doing anything, at least to the extent that Kenisogwa and Odili are our father in ONELGA. But if anybody is beating a dog of war in ONELGA, like the new leader is saying, ONELGA is not divided. We are one and only people and all of that.
Thank you very much, Susie.
I want to say that.
Let's go to Rumigbo. JJ, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, JJ, good morning. We can hear you.
Let me speak to your guest.
He can hear you.
I want to tell you that the highest form of deceit is self-deceit. Dr. Peter, much respect, made a statement, and former governor from Wike replied, Ogwa has said this apology. Last time I checked, Ogwa is not the spokesperson of ONELGA. He's not also the spokesperson of Dr. Peter Odili. I think that Ogwa's action is more insult method of the siege. That's Dr. Peter Odili. More insult. And it's even ridiculous. Some people, and when they were living in life, out their head and all those together. And somebody is telling me division, when news has responded, somebody has also made a video, and the man that is online is saying that they already held the press conference. And in this whole thing, one is supporting Dr. Peter Odili, one is supporting Buhari. So telling me that there's no division. But if this division will disturb development, I will say no. The man in charge of affairs at ONELGA there, Isaac Emejiro, has not received to make sure it develops everywhere in ONELGA. Just the way our governor is doing. You can see that all those things, just zero distraction.
All right, JJ.
To make sure people are developed.
All right.
All those put together.
Let's go to Elele Alimini quickly. Emeka, good morning.
Yes, my dear brother, good morning.
Good morning.
My own contribution, even in the Bible, they say we should respect our elder. Even in Nigerian tradition, we do respect elder. For them to be calling us the name is very high respectful. They don't have respect to others, no matter what. Others has contributed so much in ONELGA. Even the man that is in your studio knew who in Omo today came from Odele. It's all these schools, all of them came from. I wonder why some people will be insulting Odele on air, pleading on behalf of ONELGA that they should forgive Odele. That what is worrying him is old age. It's a national embarrassment. They should be this from that. It's very wrong. Thank you and God bless you.
All right. Isaiah and Buguma, good morning.
Andrew, good morning. Yes, Andrew, you see the attitude and the tradition of some ethnic nationalities in these countries who say that the age no matter. We don't have such attitude and tradition in River State. Age is just a number. No. The God who first of all created Mr. A to be aged than Mr. B, are you saying that he's an author of confusion or he doesn't know what he's doing? You see, the insult and the degradation of the former governor. I think people who are behind this should desist forthwith. They should not try it. Because even the former governor, which is the FCT minister, has attested to the fact that it became local government chairman for 2 times because of the wife of the former.
All right, Isaiah from Buguma, thank you. But I think let's also try to respond to this question, which was the brand of politics we play. Has it further divided the people and created more enemies? This morning, I saw some friends of mine on Facebook posting, comments. If I know that my political opinion has caused us to become enemies or offended you, forgive me. It's a new year. Let's get past that. We've seen that because of the leaders that this person has or that person has, we've seen two brothers from the same community end up becoming enemies and begin to play bitter politics. And some people would say, well, it's because of the leaders what the leaders are doing and they are seeing it and that's what they are following. How is this kind of politics affecting the general growth of Rivers State and the people of the state? We'll take one more call from Tony. Okay, after Tony, we'll take from Richard and that will be it. Tony from Omok, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
Yes.
Good morning again. My name is Comrade Tony.
Yep, go on, please.
I'm from Amok. Well, ONELGA has gone through a lot of recent and is trying to get incorporated. So I see this kind of political fight, unnecessary. Especially coming from the fact that these people that are involved are fighting after their personal interest. And whoever that will say the truth, we know that these people have just succeeded in dividing the youth into two groups, which is my fear that what happened previously sometimes shouldn't be that this is a breeding ground to bring about a repeat of that. I pray it doesn't come to that. My own advice to the youth would be that they should take what has happened before as a lesson and not to allow any a political rivalry between these leaders to come into their midst to separate them.
All right, Tony, thank you. Richard. All right, we lost the call from Richard in Omok, unfortunately. We'll go back to my guest shortly. On Facebook, Agwanwa says, good morning to you and your guests. The matter, of course, is the style of politics in Rivers State that's responsible for the slow pace of development. Because when this is happening, the governor would not focus. I think it's even beyond just this administration. Look at the history of Rivers State. And you've always seen that the politics had worked on to be the one that is most... It thrives on one person supporting this leader, supporting the other leader, and then goes beyond the lines of politics, and people become physical, real enemies, where they would want to even sabotage efforts of that person to make them look bad, to make sure that they are bad, so that this person will look good. And it's just a lot that we've seen happen in Rivers State. Blessed Allah say, ONELGA doesn't matter, depends on how you see things. The real truth is that the former governor, Peter Odili, saw something that would jeopardize the economy of the state, and what it will make Rivers State look is lag behind in the company of states. Moving forward, Rivers State, this is what Odili saw and tried to prevent. Okay, let me quickly get back to my guest in the next few minutes. You've heard most of the contributions, Mr. Azunuka. My question to you as you respond would be, are you worried for ONELGA, and what if this not properly controlled? I mean, most of the people have said, regardless of what you say, there seems to be a really split, a political split. Some followers of Bro Felix Oboa, others followers of and loyalists to Peter Odili, and this split is not healthy for the growth and development of ONELGA. What's your take?
Andrew, thank you. If I have to be honest with you, I'm actually worried for the community, worried for ONELGA. At least so far, we've enjoyed a high-level relative peace in ONELGA. We're even praying for more of this kind of peace. And then you see that it was actually to call on the general public to see that ONELGA has been very peaceful, and we have enjoyed this in that nature. I would want it to remain that way. And for some group of people to come out and issue an ultimatum to say that if this is not done in less than 7 days, that is a joke taken too far, and it is something would not be tolerated. We have called on the security agencies to be on the lookout, because we.
Hello, Mr. Azunuka. Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me, Andrew?
Yes, we can. We can.
And I said, for us, there is nothing that is peaceful environment, because there is nothing that would actually strive if the place is not peaceful. So, but what we are trying to say is that the governor, Sasimila Ifubara, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, should call this people that are beginning to make utterances that is capable of causing chaos in the local government and the river state. I think for me, there is nobody that.
Shouldn't the ultimate call go to the political leaders? Mr. Azunuka, don't you think the ultimate call should go to the... Don't you think the ultimate call should go to the political leaders as against the people who are only responding? Because the comments that people are making now in the local government is as a result of the comments that were made by political leaders who should know better and make their choices of words much more...
Rendering an apology on behalf of somebody is not an insult. Rendering an apology on behalf of somebody is not an insult. It doesn't call or warrant for some group of individuals to come out and issue a 7 days ultimatum. To who? To who? And if the apology you are requesting for is not rendered, so what's going to happen? What's going to happen? So apparently, you're already beating the drum of war, which we in ONELGA do not want. We are peace-loving people, and we would pray and are still praying that peace in ONELGA should remain, and we maintain it that way. So those that are making utterances and giving ultimatum, now they said it is not even in 7 days, that it's going to be in few days. What does that mean? And these are people that support us, that are loyal to Sir Dr. Peter Odili. So I'm also calling on our father to call these supporters to order. But ONELGA has been so peaceful, and we are even praying for it to be more peaceful than it is right now, so that our youth will different things, and they can also have meaningful skill. It becomes something else. I don't think it's
all right, Mr. Azunuka, we have to say thank you here. We're already out of time. Thank you very much for joining us on the show this morning.
So much, Andrew.
All right, then have a lovely day ahead. We have to wrap it up here. We have a commercial coming on shortly afterwards. Jude would be coming in for Hello Port Harcourt. There's a lot happening in Port Harcourt. If you want to know what's happening on the streets of Port Harcourt, then the time with Jude would definitely answer that question immediately after the news at 9. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Good morning.
Democracy is the freedom of speech. Freedom of speech.